joining us from London at the moment, Dean Russel, Conservative MP and former Minister under Boris Johnson. Thank you so much, Mr. Russell, for making time for us on NDTV. Currently, most polls show Conservatives trailing in the upcoming elections and headed towards electoral extinction. Rishi Sunak has also stated that only Conservatives can form strong opposition to the Labour. Are the Tories still hopeful? Are you crossing your fingers that the polls turn out to be wrong?
Well, I think, the polls have been very negative for a long time now, but what I'm hearing on the doorstep is much more positive. People in Watford, which is the area I've been representing as an MP for the past 4 years, are very positive on the doorstep. They know about the work that I've been doing to secure the funding for a new hospital through to opening a new police station. So I think what really part of this election is going to come down to is two things. One is local experience and what people are seeing from their local MP, what difference they've made, and also reminding people that if they vote for example, the Reform Party, they're not going to get Reform, they're going to get Labour. And I think that's resonating on the doorstep. So there is a worry that if the polls were correct, there could be this massive supermajority, which is a really dangerous thing for the country.
Right.
But also I think what I'm hearing now is people are beginning to wake up to that, and they know a vote for Reform is ultimately a vote for Keir Starmer in number 10. And that's something that anyone who backs Reform knows that they inherently don't want. So I think the polls will turn out ultimately, I hope, to be wrong, but we have to remind voters of what the risk is at stake.
But amid rising public dissatisfaction and voter apathy, Reform UK is predicted to chip away at the Conservatives' vote share. We hear many have been calling for a merger with Reform UK. Do the Tories want to avoid dealing with the hassle of the optics of a merger with someone like Nigel Farage?
Well, I think Reform voters are being missold in many ways. They're being told that Reform can suddenly form this huge party in Parliament and that they'll be the party of opposition or will make a big difference. The truth of the matter, and this is borne out with looking at the detail of this, is that they won't be able to do that. What they will be able to do is help Labour get a massive majority or a super majority here in the UK. And the problem with that is that not only will they diminish the voice of the right of the UK, diminish their own voice, massively diminish the Conservative voice, but ultimately what they will do is put Labour in power potentially for decades. And that is a massive concern.
Also, Mr. Russell, immigration has been a key issue this poll season for your party. UK's migrant boat crossings just hit a 19-month high last month. This at a time when Rishi Sunak has been pushing for the Rwanda scheme and Stop the Ports plan. Many consider that these government policies, spearheaded by your party, has failed to make an impact. Would you agree?
Well, it is. I would counter that point with great respect, because actually it is working. We've seen a third of the numbers come down over a period of time. We've had really great success with countries where, with one country, we've had 90% reduction, and so there's a lot of work that's going on. But it's not just about Rwanda. It's about the Rwanda scheme is part of that. Part of it is tackling the serious organised crime gangs. Part of it is about having very specific return schemes with individual countries, and we've seen that can be successful. So it's a multifaceted approach. But I think the challenge is that when the reality of the truth of it actually is that when people think that it's a failure, they're going to try even more to come over. And so we need to keep sending the message of the successes that we're getting. We've put laws through in Parliament that have made sure that we've got things in the right place to stop this happening.